We're here with Mike Kiley, who is a layman in full-time ministry, right?
That's correct.
Hey, bro.
Exactly. Thanks, bro.
We're having a lot of fun together doing the same kind of things. You founded Chamberlain Group, right?
Founded Chamberlain Group. That's right.
Explain that. It's all ministry.
Yeah.
But there is this business side of it. It's just like I have
Yeah.
one as well. So explain about the Chamberlain Group.
Yeah, we are in the estate and succession planning business for business owners, and then we do their wealth management. Many of them have had value realizing events, and so now they have money that needs stewardship, and they don't want to have to do it twice. So they bring us in to make sure it's done well the first time.
So like me, you have this business side of your life, but you do have this quote-unquote ministry as well. Wheatstone.
Wheatstone,
Ministries. Tell us about Wheatstone. And then I want to go back and I want to find out how you got here. I see what you're doing now. I want to see. We all have stories. I want to hear your story. But explain Wheatstone right quick.
John Siefker and I were in the program together, and we partnered up. And in the third year of Bob Shank's master's program, he said, okay, we've done an inventory of your unique abilities. You have marketplace skills. You don't have to just fall within the church activities. You can actually start a ministry and do something with your marketplace skills. And if you make yourself available and God hears that you're ready, He'll put you to work. So
get ready.
We specifically prayed, both John Siefker and I did, and both had a calling at the same time. The calling was that from our life experience, many of our friends were lamenting how their kids had become lost when they got to college. And everything that their parents had taught them about their Judeo-Christian faith had been challenged and had
statistics on that are devastating. Something like 80%
numbers.
of our youth growing up in our churches were losing them at college.
Exactly.
We're working on statistics now to find out how many of them come back, because there is a bounce back after marriage. And we don't have a great number on that yet, but just focusing on what happens to youth when they get to college, and it's over 80%. It's just devastating.
It was bad news, and I'm in several CEO groups, and a lot of my friends were describing their children that were older than mine of coming back with almost zero faith, and it was really it was dormant,
tragic,
ineffective, and so. John Siefker and I both prayed about this and prayed over the course of a year, and we both experienced first in our lifetime a real calling. So God really said something to both of us. You two get up and go do something. Go make a difference. And so we prayed about it and said, okay, we'd done our research. We'd met with McDowell. I was on the board of Church Resource Ministries. We'd talked to people in the community and said, is anybody doing anything to train and equip our high school kids before they go off to college? And at that point in time, there was one small group in the country doing that, but nobody else. So we said, what will it take to put together a ministry that will have a significant impact on these kids? And we did it. So that was back in 1999.
So the mission of Wheatstone is what?
To train and equip pre-college kids to be strong and confident and maintain their faith and go on offense on the college campus. To be winsome and likable, to be great representatives of Christ, so that their classmates enjoy having discussions with them.
Prepare them for the battle before the battle.
Exactly.
Wow. So take us from 99 to now. What's happened? What have you learned? What are the key aspects? Talk to us.
Thank you. It was a great experience. We did it in fairly short notice. We decided to make our move in February or March of that year, and we said, with a completely blank slate, if we had a room full of high school seniors, what could we do to inoculate them, change the course of their faith, so that they could be the best representatives possible in their freshman year on a college campus? So we invited John Mark Reynolds in, who was one of our founding partners. John ran the Torrey Honors, the Great Books program at Biola. We brought in a team of folks and said, here's what we would like to accomplish. Help us design our first initiative. What would we do if we had these kids? So we decided if we could have them for 6 days uninterrupted and introduce them to some of the smartest Christians that we knew in our community, some of the great professors, J.P. Moreland, John Mark Reynolds, Craig Hazen, the people that were at Biola, said if we could have these kids for 6 days, what would we do with them? And we said it would be a combination of head, heart, and hand. So we put together a pretty rigorous 6 days and brought in some of the best kids that we could find in Orange County. We had 40 of them. We didn't have anywhere to go because it was short notice, so we hosted them at the Wheatstone Hotel in South Coast Plaza.
Yeah,
they were probably spoiled.
Okay.
And at the end of the week, we had a transformative experience.
So you had them 24/7, really?
We really did, and they were exhausted.
Yeah. Wow. So is there follow-up after that?
Yes. Now the ministry's grown over the years, and we've probably run an average of 150 kids a summer through now 13, 14 years. And we have now expanded the ministry from just this conference summer setting, which we do in Southern California and in Houston in the summertime. Now we've decided that in order to get the leverage to reach more kids, we've partnered with other organizations that train and equip kids. And what we figured out is our unique offering, nobody else is doing this, is discussion skills and training in how to be likable and smart when they're in that environment. Because they can go hear lots of academic lectures and get we call it head candy. That's available. But what's not is training in how to be smart, lead good discussions, be a good discussion partner, and witness for Christ by loving the person that you're talking with.
This whole thing about being winsome and likable.
Exactly.
Instead of oppressive and judgmental. And I mean, the church is seen as this angry group that's so narrow-minded.
You hit on it exactly. I think so much of our experience in the last 40 years has been a one-way dialogue. It's people standing up talking at us, and it's not asking great questions and having empathy and
question's a big part of it.
Exactly. So we said, let's shift the paradigm. Let's help. I think just the nature of these younger generations, they do things different than we did. And we said, most of the people they'll be visiting with on the college campus weren't raised in a church like we were. So we can't use buzzwords and code words like we did, and we can't hand them a track.
Our church words don't work anymore.
Exactly. So that's what we have been doing, and teaching other now homeschool teachers and other youth pastors. And so we now, in order to grow the ministry, have decided that if we can train the trainers in those techniques and the unique discussion skills.
Now you're talking a multiplication factor.
Exactly.
It's exponential.
We can't get enough of the kids to come through the program. And even if we locked arms with all of the people in that ministry, in Worldview Ministry we'll call it, we could never reach them fast enough. So we've decided it's time to really take it national and partner with.
Yeah, now's the time to explode it.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you're at that point in time.
We are,
I would think.
And we have the right talent on board. Our director, Peter Gross, is an exceptional talent. And so when people see the content we've developed over the last 14 years and the way we can do this, they want as much of it as they can get.
Mike, you're playing such a critical role in our society today. This is a great story, and we'll have more with Mike Kiley in a future segment.